Hello everyone. So in this tutorial, we will learn how to use ChatGPT to create a Python function before saving and executing this function inside PipeForce. PipeForce provides us with a chatbot interface for the interaction, and its backend is linked with ChatGPT to provide us with useful insights. When it comes to data transformation or building a specific automation workflow, there are sometimes very specific functions required. In case these functions are not provided out of the box by PipeForce, you have the option to create your own function as a service in Python. And to make that very easy, PipeForce is providing an integration with ChatGPT to create this Python function, save it, and also execute it inside PipeForce. So hi, my name is Mujtaba, and let's get started. So first, we will go into the bot section. And here you can see we can have a casual conversation with bot and we can write queries which the bot will try to answer. So right now we will ask it to create me a Python function which converts a German date into a US date format. And click on enter and the bot will try to answer that query. So after some time, the bot will return back the pertinent function, which is able to do the set task. And now we will save, deploy, and execute this function using the workbench. First of all, you can just simply click on these three dots because it's more convenient, and we can click on use in PipeForce. So this will allow you to create a new property of function. Now we have already created a new app where we will save this function, and the name of the app is my app. Then we have to define the property type, which is the function, and then the function name that you want to give it. We will call it date conversion and then save it. So after you've saved this property in the property editor, it automatically gets deployed to the fast backend. Fast meaning the function as a service. And what's also important here is to change this function name, which the ChatGPT provides for us, and rename it as function. So it actually gets recognized by the backend. So after you've done that, now we can simply go to the playground to see whether our function has indeed been deployed or not. So we can use the command function.get, and this will return all of the deployed functions. Once the function has been deployed, it can be called from inside any pipeline using the command function.run. And we also have to give it some arguments, first being the name of the function that we want to run. So in our case, it's my app date conversion. And then we also have the arguments that we have to give it. So args, and then in this format, we have to give the argument, which in our case was only the date in the German date format. So we will give it some random date. And that's it. Now you only have to click on the run button. And then as you can see here, it returns a JSON. And after the function has been run, it returns the output, which is in the field of value. And this is indeed in the US date format. So it simply changed the dots into the slashes. And this is just a simple example. You can also ask the bot to write you even more complex functions that can be useful for your own business case. So yeah, congratulations, you have successfully deployed and executed your first function using ChatGPT. So one use case that this function can be used for is, for instance, if you want to extract a date from one system and then you want to write it to another system or application. And if the date format in both the systems are the same, you can just use the integration part of PipeForce. Also, if you need to transform this data in between any other format, you know how to do this easily using the ChatGPT integration and the function as a service functionality. Also, if you want to go into the PipeForce documentation, you can also see how we can use this function as a service functionality of PipeForce. So if you go into the documentation and then click on these Python functions, you can simply go through this page and see how we actually use these function commands to, deploy, save, get, and run specific functions. And this also shows how you can pass off arguments using different ways. For example, you can use it using this format, which is simply using field and values or key value pairs, or you can use JSON formatted ways to pass off the arguments and so forth. So in summary, what we did in this tutorial is we first asked ChatGPT bot to give us a certain function for a certain use case, and then we deployed that function inside the function as a service backend. And then finally, we were able to also run that specific function, giving it some parameters. So that will be the end of this tutorial. If you want to find more about PipeForce and the tutorials in the documentation, just check the description in the info box, and you can also get started with your free trial there.